Peace and more peace. What is going on, people, man? Welcome back to another Hot Mango Seed podcast.
Yes.
We are the Hot Mango Seed podcast. This is episode, I don't know, because I don't remember if it's 20 or 21.
21.
2021.
Welcome back. My name is LaRue, man, and I'm not here alone. I'm with the Hot Mango Seed podcast crew. To my far right, the king of all kings, King T, threw a curveball.
I get to go first, yo. That's crazy. Have no fear. The king is here.
The king is here. The super duper producer, man, Henny Skywalker.
Hot Mango Seed.
The VI Massive, the one and only Soldier Bless.
Yo, Soldier Bless, never stress. VI Massive, stand up, you large.
And the botanist, the one and only Rob Raider.
Yeah, I'm here again.
Rob ain't never. Rob ain't used to go last. Hey, Rob was like, "Oh, King D, that means I'm
here.
How's everybody feeling, man?
Hey, blessed to be alive after the cane, you know what I mean?
Blessed to be alive,
yeah.
for real.
Yeah, man. After that one, they hit, it was a little rough, but we make it through all right. Everybody good, everybody all right, right?
Yeah, straight. Lost power for a day. That's it.
I'm bugging because I completely forgot.
Yeah?
Yeah, I even forgot.
You didn't see all the sandbags?
Somebody about the hurricanes? Hurricane? I said the hurricanes.
What'd you say? I say he's becoming a Floridian.
Yeah, LaRue's official now.
Yeah, you're no longer Seattleite. That's what you call, right? Seattleite?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're not Seattleite no more. You're the official Floridian.
No, but you're right, man. Like, we went through, man.
Yeah.
Milton was no joke.
It was a little stronger than we thought.
Milton was hitting.
Yeah.
Milton, you know what I found different about Milton, other than, it hitting a little bit harder than we've been getting?
Yeah.
It had its own sound.
Ooh. Yeah.
That was some creepy. That was some creepy shit, man. I ain't even gonna lie, because like I've heard all the other hurricanes since I've been here. Milton had like a howl,
Milton was an adult.
like a spooky howl.
They each just talk. Each of them gave them up their own voice.
Milton was an adult though, because I've heard some too. Milton was like,
Yeah, it was a very ominous sound.
like you can hear that.
Wow.
Like listen, okay, being the least of all of these guys, I'd say to the East Coast. I mean, me and Rob are more probably of one of the same because he's from the North. DC. I'm from the North. He's from the North. Y'all are from the Midwest, the islands, and the South. Like, this is probably my third actual hurricane. Yeah.
Wow.
See, they don't even give me credit.
You ain't getting not one.
I need y'all to know I get no support in the chat group.
None.
I'll be like, man, is this hurricane going to be strong? This man talking about hurricane.
I just follow it. Trust me, I just follow it every step of the way.
No, but actually, like, for us, so we're located here in Central Florida, right? We're talking these hurricanes. I don't know if you're from somewhere else or you haven't remembered, but man, we're in Florida. We're in Central Florida and the east side of Florida, closer to the Atlantic than we are to the Gulf. We've experienced both Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton, and for the most part, they've not affected us. Like, at least Helene didn't.
Yeah, Helene didn't.
Damage-wise,
but Milton was there for sure.
Milton was another one, another case. Milton hit us at about a category 2, right?
Yeah, and it came right over top of us.
Come right over
yeah.
top.
It was a 3 where I was at.
See, in the 3. So the closer you were to the actual eye point, right, it crossed right across Central Florida. So a lot of us felt it. I mean,
Hey, I got a little story about it crossing over us, right?
Yeah.
So we're hearing Milton do all that howling, and we have our TV set to the Weather Channel, and I'm looking at the Weather Channel, And you know how when they want to show you a specific area on the map, so they draw the little square box?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the square box and I'm reading the names of the streets. I'm like, oh no, that's our neighborhood. That was our neighborhood. It was for the tornado hood. Tornado hoods. Tornadoes. I'm making up words now.
Yeah.
But it was for the tornadoes. I was like, oh my God, that's our neighborhood right there. On the news.
The tornado hood.
Another thing that was happening, right? And this was my first experience with this was tornadoes. Like before, like we're watching, right, the Milton in the Atlantic. We're clocking it as it's coming in. It's coming in earlier than normal, right? And when you're in the I don't want to say kill zone, but the crosshairs of a hurricane, you're watching it day by day, hour by hour, because you want to see the direction. After some point, like the eye is the strongest part, the eye and the eye wall. Those are the strongest parts. So you're watching where that path is going over, and us being in Central Florida, seeing it coming, we want to see where it's going. As we're watching, all of a sudden there's like, oh, there's tornado watch.
Yeah, a lot of them.
And they're freaking us out because they're going, this is the most tornadoes we've ever seen.
Yeah.
No, it was.
It was an outbreak.
It was a lot.
I think it was 120 something tornado warnings,
Right.
And then 40 something that actually was spotted touchdown, that actually touched the ground.
There's a map.
And at one point, it seemed like there was a wall of tornadoes being spun
Yeah.
in the direction, and then they showed us on the news.
And
I was like, oh, that's coming for us.
Tornado that went for like a few hours, I think.
Oh wow!
And carved a great path from like, I want to say, Okeechobee and up.
Wow.
And what's crazy is the tornadoes hit, right? So for one, let's go back. Do you know how scary it is to hear your phone going off constantly?
Well, yeah, it kept going off.
Tornado.
Like every hour, every 2 hours, it
Like
just
your
kept going off.
Your phone is going off repeatedly
Yes,
for tornadoes. And the tornadoes are tearing up the side, like the hurricane is coming in the Gulf and it's tearing up the Atlantic side.
Yeah, it hit pretty hard.
Southeast of Florida is getting tore by tornadoes. Now you have a hurricane coming. Now you're under tornado watch and you're watching the news and it's calling out your county.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orange County.
It's right over you, B. It's coming.
It sounded like as they were calling out the counties and things were getting closer and closer. What movie is that where they had to send somebody to die for each? Oh my goodness! There's the movie where they volunteer one person to go fight for their life in representation.
Is
of
it
the whole-
Hunger Games?
Hunger Games.
Okay.
Hunger Games. Yeah, I felt like we was in the Hunger Games because it kept getting closer and closer, and all of a sudden you hear Orange County, and then it's like, oh, down the street from you, homie. Like what? I was like, we in it, we in it, we active.
Fun. Let me tell you, that hurricane was something serious. But
Yeah.
I think on a good note, on another note, I think that's the last one for the year. So
Hold up, let's start.
I thought there was a second one behind that.
no, what I mean is the last one that's going to hit us and affect us
okay.
in our.
But let me. Can I be vulnerable with you all? Right?
Oh
Listen,
Lord.
Can I be vulnerable with you all? I was terrified. That was a lot.
Yeah.
This is how I come back and tell you I get no love in the chat group. I came back and said, "Man, was that not one of the strongest storms you ever felt?" Nah,
Not at all.
that's
Not
not
by far.
even.
Nope.
That's a weak one.
a
You see,
weak one,
do
yeah.
you see what I get? I was terrified.
But it's the
I was
truth.
hearing howling. Look, listen, when you're in a hurricane and that joint is at 4, 5, 6 in the morning, you're falling asleep and you're trying to be alert,
Yeah.
and you don't, bro. Like it's.
Now I will say this: for those that were on the West Coast.
Somebody. Sorry.
For those that were out on the West Coast, I will say that they got hit really bad.
Yeah.
You know, and it's, sometimes I feel guilty because where we're at,
Yeah.
you know, in the Central Florida area, in our location area, you know, we get the hit, but by the time it hits us, it's lost a lot of power because it has to go over, you know, some land. But, you know, the further you get, you know, on the coastline, man, those people, I feel sorry for them because sometimes they have to, you know, they get hit by Helene. Then they get hit by Milton.
Yeah.
Something else shows up, they get hit again. Like, oh my goodness.
And that's the thing, right?
What
like,
up, David?
Yeah, what up, man?
Hey,
Peace to
David.
everybody
David
in the
was
chat
in
group.
Tampa for the storm.
Yeah.
and he calls me, or I called him. I don't even remember. I was on that benchmark. I was lit.
That benchmark is new. That benchmark.
Oh yeah, I was on bourbon. I was lit.
You was drunk
And
during it.
I wasn't drunk.
Oh, okay.
Not yet. I was buzzed
yet.
heavily. And I was on the phone with David, and he got power. He chilling. My power gone at that point. I'm like, bruh,
Yeah.
you just hanging out, and he's in
Damn.
the eye. He's right there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
David got a power grid for your ass.
Hey.
We need that, bro. We
Shout
need
out to David and
David.
King
you know,
Swish.
shout out to David.
Shout out to him too.
with no like disregard or disrespect. So many people experience hardships during this, right?
Yeah.
Like we're on this platform, man. We're friends. You know, we do this. We talk. We're making light of it, but we also know that so many people, man, lost property. You know, lives were taken. Rest in peace to them and to anybody whose family is suffering from this. You know, we definitely are not just laughing and joking about this. You know, yeah, we're in Central Florida and we didn't catch it as bad, but you know, the people along the actual hurricane came in as a Category 3. Probably a strong Category 3 because it was a 4 before. It slammed into St. Pete, you know, and I've been in St. Pete. I fished on the actual bridge. I love it. Performed out there, done music. Know many people who live out there. You know, it came in there. It really affected St. Pete. It affected the coastline, really, of Tampa, as well as all the way down to Fort Myers. And you know, so many people are suffering. And man, we're this platform here, you know, to make light of things and to make you laugh, make you feel good. And we kind of just want to have an open forum today to talk about it. You know, we're talking about our experience. I know Soldier Bless, man, like Soldier Bless is from the Virgin Islands, and you know, he never stops telling us, or never, not that he always talks about it.
Here you go again.
He'll always remind us, you know, he's like a source that we could trust because he's experienced Hurricane Hugo. He's experienced a Category 5. Imagine that you can't even see St. Croix on a map.
Yeah.
You have to
That's
zoom
a
in.
true statement. That's a true statement. I wouldn't trust me, but I guess they do trust me.
Yeah, see what David said?
Does he say?
He said Tampa's upside down right now. It's
I
crazy,
believe
the
it.
destruction out here right now. But he was chilling
Wow.
and smoking.
Yeah, he said he was smoking and drinking during
Well,
that
we're
shit.
glad you all right out there in Tampa.
Listen,
Glad you all
right? We was on the
Hey, shout out
Xbox.
to King Swish too. 420.
King Swish, you already know.
Yeah.
We was on the
King.
Xbox playing, right? And we was all in a group of party, and just one by one, everybody just start falling off like. And you just see this person. I think it was Calypso was the first one to get disconnected.
was.
Then I went to do something.
You was on the phone.
Yes, exactly. Because I write it out alone. That's the number one thing.
Yeah,
too.
we
I
were
wasn't
one-
alone.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So I didn't have no fear or nothing. But it, you know, at some point it did get kind of dicey. I'm
You
not
see
gonna
how
lie.
people say that though? I was all alone. Nobody was there. And each one of us was like, bless, you want to come over? Nah,
Yeah,
I'm
but I
good.
can't leave my things them and go and see by everybody else. So I gotta make sure my thing them right. So in the morning I gotta come out and see. Yeah, I gotta come and see if anything get damaged or whatever.
So let's go around. Like, what was your experience, right, with Hurricane Milton?
Feel like a regular ass storm.
See,
don't worry, man.
regular
This one
storm.
when one
So was
clash.
there
you.
any
I mean,
damage to
just-
your
I mean,
house? Or
And I can only speak from my side, from whatever happened there, because once we woke up, it was just a bunch of debris in the road and stuff like that. But yeah, for like a day, and then it came back.
No, you lose
11
power the
o'clock the next day.
longest out of everybody here. I
for a
think.
day.
Yeah, this is.
That wasn't no day. That was not a day.
because
Yeah,
I-
B, you
I
lose
lost
it for like
power
2 days, B.
Much longer than a day, so a day
Yeah.
was like, nah, I can do without
So
a day.
that felt like a day to you because it was like 3.
so that was that was another black measurement.
Yeah.
for a day.
It felt like a day. It
It
was
was
like
actually
3.
like
in
3,
total.
3-4 days.
ours is literally only out for just literally like a day. Like,
Okay.
just the whole day.
Were you the last or was I the last?
Nah, I don't know. I text as soon as I texted the group. That's when the power's on
Okay.
and stuff like that. Well, a little bit later,
like
but
he was the last.
Yeah,
it
he
came
was
on
last
like
one.
that,
Yeah,
like
that was
11 o'clock
like
that
3
morning.
days.
Did you sleep during it?
Yeah, easy,
How?
You were gone.
easy.
The
This
hell
is
y'all
Rob we're
sleep
talking
during
to.
hurricanes? man?
Rob don't care about nothing, man.
Yeah.
Rob, look, Rob,
I mean,
Rob don't fear nothing, don't care about nothing. Rob lives the fucking lifestyle.
Rob is Thanos of the viruses. He has
who has a grandmother whose AC wasn't working and only had the fans and shit running?
Me.
Hey, well, we don't. Up to now, we don't. I just come back home and we don't have no AC. You know, you just sweating like a madman in them. Oh wow.
It's not too crazy. I just got to keep V from out the house, you know.
Nah,
See, how you gonna put her?
nah,
Let's
you
skip Let's go.
Because then that's extra heat. That's extra body heat.
He said the body.
She breathing up that air, making the air
The
hotter.
more you have in such a confined space, then yeah, it sucks.
Also, the more they talk.
And the more they talk,
Oh man,
love you though, but yeah, you know, it's funny, but yeah.
You gotta throw that disclaimer in there. Love you, baby. Love you.
Yeah.
Soldier bless. So you're like I said, you're a veteran. Thank you for Rob. You know, your
for
story. You're a veteran. You've been through this. What is your take of Hurricane Milton?
Yeah, no, it gave a
Especially
good lash.
for Central Florida.
For Central Florida is the best lash I think I have ever witnessed here.
And keep in mind that the best he got is like harder. It's not good.
Yeah, I know what I
best.
mean. Like this
The
is
best
the,
is the
the
worst.
yeah, this is the worst one that I have experienced here, and I went through a couple of them already. You know what I
It
mean?
was Charlie.
Yeah, I did. I wasn't there for Charlie.
Charlie was the problem.
Yeah.
We come and hold that.
Yeah, whole lot Charlie talk about. Yeah, as far as for me, like it was a very mild storm. It was a blessing that it hit like that, and it didn't come out a different way, because it could be like that. You know, if it's a 5 and it hit the land, it could very well be like a 3 or even a 4 by the time it reached Central Florida. Like it Florida don't have no mountain. You know what I mean? So it's just a flat peninsula, and yeah, they don't lose much energy from that if it's going just across. You see what I'm saying? That's how come it was still a hurricane when it left out. So it crossed over the whole state as a hurricane and then leave out as a hurricane. People will be like, no, it'll downgrade to a tropical storm. Like,
So
no.
tell me this, right? So that was don't get it twisted. Milton was a 5.
Yeah,
Milton was
at
a
one
5.
point he was a 5.
And it came at us. So technically, I've been through a 5.
David said there's still a tree down on my block, and the entire street
but-
got to cut down and got a circle just to leave my house. He said they have a tree downstairs.
Oh wow!
Yeah, David said there's still a tree blocking his shit. You know, sometimes the crew just take a little while to get out. Hopefully, they could reach out to you there,
Zombie
David.
apocalypse, we surviving though too.
Oh,
Shout out to King.
Rob is my bestie. in the zombie apocalypse.
We gonna survive. That's why we good.
that's it.
I
Hey,
feel like I would depend on Rob in the zombie.
not me.
Hell no. Rob will get everybody killed.
Only problem in my group is we're sacrificing the week.
No, let me tell you.
You hear this
Let me tell you one thing, right?
No liabilities in the group.
You're going to join Rob group, and you're going to be in there surviving and fighting
we're
for your
gonna be
life.
good.
And Rob going to turn into a zombie, and he's the one that's going to be the one to bite
No,
you.
I'm gonna be the hybrid zombie because now I can control shit.
No,
You
he
know?
Rob
get
is
infected.
definitely the type to get bit and be like, "Nah, I didn't get bit."
Yeah. He'll deny it. He'll be turning and denying.
You go to sleep, and this man bite you in your neck like, yeah, like,
Right.
what? Not me.
Like Rob, your arm is peeling.
Yeah.
Man, I was out in the sun.
It's natural, dog.
Come on. So Henny,
Oh man.
Henny, what was your experience? How did you?
Milton?
So Henny is from Central Florida. She's been through the time that she's been alive. She's been through the storms. This one, on comparison, right? They've listed this at number 3, the number 3 strongest storm. What do you think? Where does this land?
I don't know.
No.
I mean, it lands somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was strong. It was definitely pushing limits
Was it the wind
to
or
the
the rain?
benchmark.
Benchmark. Drinking. I don't know how you were saying how Rob could sleep during. I can't be drunk during it. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, I can, because that'll help me fall out.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah, I gotta be alert.
I
I
gotta
gotta
be
be ready.
alert.
I gotta be
Oh,
ready.
I'm
I
alert.
forgot to ask. Did
I was
you sleep
definitely
through
alert.
it, or were you
No,
alert?
I just stay up. I sleep during the day before it reach, and then as it start to reach, then I wake up, and then I was able to. Yeah. So I got my rest early, and then was able to go in.
I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
That's it, Brian. Pirate in the friggin' chat.
What up?
What up,
There you
Pirate?
go.
Nah, I was up.
What up, y'all?
Pirates Creed in the
So
chat.
it was strong. Like when you compare this to other ones. So what was the strongest one from when I heard you say?
Well,
it?
one that I remember,
Yeah.
Charlie. Charlie was insane
Okay, and why was it insane?
because it was strong as hell.
Wasn't that like a 4 or something when
I
it hit?
don't remember. I
It was
don't
a 4 or
remember.
something like
What
that.
year
when
It
was
was
that?
strong.
When it came over the land.
2004, we got hit by 4 back to back.
Yeah.
That was
I
So it
remember
was
that.
like Charlie was the one that came and just messed shit up at first, and then we had Francis. Now Francis was a mother for real.
Man,
Francis was huge. It covered the whole state of Florida,
yeah,
and it moved really slow, like the whole time across. And then I'm talking about it was pretty powerful too.
Yeah.
And it flooded almost everything. Like, and then after that was Ivan. Ivan was strong, and then Gene.
And then Gene.
Gene was also.
So
All right, but to hit it after everything else had is definitely gonna be powerful, even if it was a 1.
So
Sounds
if
like
I
a
can
weak boy
interject
band.
for a second, right?
Yeah.
I'm not from Florida. I didn't quite understand how Florida's, like Floridians, react to hurricanes, why they're so laid back and why they don't give a damn. Like you say a hurricane's
party.
coming, a category 5, and it's 2 weeks out. They're not stressed. They're not in the store buying up the toilet paper and the water. They're chill. And I was like, chill smoking my, hey, shout out Pirate. So,
Oh no!
Oh, wow, a whole year.
Careful, buddy.
Big ups, Pirate.
But let me tell you, you're about to go down that hole. I don't know, bro. If you going down that road.
but what I'm saying is, right, like for so long, I didn't understand why Floridians were never reactive to hurricanes coming until I heard this story, because I was not here, about this time Henny's talking about. Imagine a hurricane hits in September. 2 weeks after that, another hurricane hits. 2 weeks after that, another hurricane hits, and then a week after that, another hurricane hits. 4 hurricanes, and they were a 5, like a 4, a 3, and then another 3 or something like that. And these all, like, so being in Central Florida, like I said, they don't always get hit with hurricanes. Charlie came across came right across the bottom, like in Miami, and this was a 5. So it came in the Atlantic across, and it hit Miami, so it affected all of Central Florida. So then there's Francis.
Charlie came in from the Gulf,
Did it come and then went
and
across?
it went straight up just like
Oh, so then something.
Francis came from the Atlantic, and it came straight for Central Florida and covered the whole state.
Okay,
It
so
was big.
I looked at the thing. I know that there's a hurricane. Like, I was rolling. I was like, damn, I always heard the stories of it. The hurricane that went out to the Atlantic and then looped back and came across. Which one was
Yeah.
that?
No, that happened since I've been here, because then I came in 07. And we had quite a couple hurricanes since I've been here, but I think that was around the time the one that
So you were here
when
for
Trump
those-
went down to Puerto Rico and was shooting basketball shots.
that's
with the,
Maria.
That's
okay,
Maria.
so before that, it was around, but before that time,
So you've been here
Yeah.
since
Remember that name on
07?
yeah.
So you were here for those 4 then?
No,
that was 04.
2004.
04,
That was
because I
04.
reached in 05, so
Yeah.
it was the year before I
Yeah,
had.
that was 04. But since I've been here, it's been quite a few of them.
I was 15, just letting y'all know.
Well, either way, like,
Vietnam, I was 15.
Like, my point is this: is like for Floridians to get hit with 4 hurricanes, major hurricanes, like in a month's time, or it was
We
like
didn't
a
have
month
power
and a
for
half.
like a month or so.
It was like a month and a half. So you wonder why they don't react when you say a hurricane's coming, because man, you imagine doing that, right?
Yeah.
But either way, like, what? How would you said that this would be like on a list of 1 through 3? Where does Milton land?
It's in there.
It's not top.
It's
3?
not top 1. It's not 1. It's not. It got to be 3. I mean, I don't know if I have to put it in that category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
T, how was your experience?
It was. I will say this: it felt like it was hitting harder than normal for me.
shit was
I wasn't here in Charlie, but for
Now,
me,
what
it was
time?
hitting.
What time though?
You said what?
What time was it hitting hard? Was it hitting hard the whole time?
11.
No.
45
When it hit about 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
it felt like I thought there were demons
Yeah,
outside, because
that's
that's
when
when
it was
the creepy house started, and and the house, you hear the house making its own little adjustments to the wind. Yeah, it was. But the experience itself, like, depends on what your house is made of. Like, ours is brick.
Yeah.
So the howling sounded crazy, and then when you hear things outside, it sound crazy, but inside we felt pretty good. Our garden got beat down.
Oh, did it tear
man,
up the?
and one of the big undulus plants that's like 12 foot, it got knocked down. And,
Yo, so wait, let me stop you there. So shout out to D. T's
that's
wife.
my wife, my baby, love
Man, they got the kind of garden that'll make you jealous.
Yeah.
You know, like they got everything growing. So you're telling me, like, was all of it?
No, not all of it. A lot of them, you know, a lot of stuff survived. I mean, one of the gondolas trees got stripped completely, like the leaves completely wiped off. The banana tree, all the leaves looked like they got sliced up. What else? But long story short, most of those plants are already starting to recover. Like they started already showing fast recovery. We just had to replant the one big gondolas tree.
Shout out to Miss V.
That's Miss V. What's
Shout
up,
out
sis?
to Viola.
That's
What's up,
an
sis?
OG.
Now
Hey,
let me
yeah.
tell you, she
Yeah.
say Hurricane Hugo.
That's a
Now
OG.
that is
Yeah.
the one that is the source of all my trouble.
She's an OG.
Yeah.
No, literally.
Yeah,
Okay,
Miss
tell us.
V.
Yeah,
That's
because
Rob wifey
literally-
right there.
Yeah, man, for sure, right? The Hurricane
no,
Hugo was
not
my
the-
very
The
first
gondola,
hurricane.
yeah, the gondola, sis. That's
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah, the wrong man.
That's the wrong tree. But yeah, Hurricane Hugo was my very first hurricane. It was actually, when I think back, is my very first memory of me like knowing that I'm a human being. You know what I mean? I was 5 years old, exactly.
Wow.
And it was us, my memories start when we was crawling out the house when our next door neighbor come to save us during the eye. Because the eye
Grew
is,
up
yeah.
during a hurricane. That's
That's
freaking
it. So
crazy.
it's like I
You
think
can't,
about
like,
it. Yeah, like that's my
realism
farthest
immediately.
memory.
Phew.
Like
Wow.
I could go
Alright.
back to is one of that. And Hurricane Hugo flattened our island like completely flat.
Yo, shout out to V.
Yeah,
Hey,
shout out to Viola.
OG. That's an OG. Like, so anybody who could tell me they experienced Hurricane Hugo,
Hugo.
Andrews, Charlie,
Yeah.
like those are
Hugo is
OGs.
OG.
And the thing is right, St. Croix.
Yeah, St.
They
Croix,
got
the
hit.
whole Virgin Islands get
Shout
flattened.
out to Kareem.
Yeah.
Kareem,
Kareem.
what's up, K
K
Bizzle?
Bizzle.
K
Hey,
Bizzle.
K Bizzle told me a story that when he was a kid, Hurricane Hugo hit and he was going up through the roof and they had to grab him by
Yes,
the
I heard
feet
that one.
Yeah.
because he was getting swept up. B. Hey,
He was
D, yeah, shout out to D.
Hey, shout out
Hey,
there. There you
that's
go.
my girl, that's my
All
girl.
right.
So T, like on a scale of
Yeah.
since you've been here since 07,
Yeah.
like where does Milton land on that for you?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say Milton felt like to me what a 6 to 7 would feel like.
Okay.
Only because that's the hard that one was hitting harder than the rest of them when they came through.
Yeah.
So 6 or 7, huh?
Yeah, that's what I would probably rate it on. But I haven't experienced the 4. I haven't experienced the 5.
You don't wanna
You know what I'm
experience
saying? But it definitely, compared to the other ones I have experienced, it seems like the wind was hitting a lot more harder. I ain't never seen one that spun tornadoes like it was a manufacturing machine.
I've
Like,
seen that.
Yeah, so that was definitely that was an experience, but it wasn't as bad as we were prepared for.
Yeah.
We were prepared for worse.
Exactly.
I'll
Thank
tell
God
you-
for
always
that.
Yeah, the way
prepared to
people were
die.
acting, man, like this is gonna kill.
Never.
Like
I'm always
And it did kill a bunch. It
like
did kill.
that,
It did
yeah.
kill.
When it comes to hurricanes, that's probably why Floridians are like that.
Yeah.
Because we always prepared to die. When they say it's a hurricane, we always prepared at that moment.
I ain't
like,
dying.
You know, but we're putting
letting you know
ourselves
that right
up
now.
to
But-
survive. But I'm saying we're always prepared for the worst.
But buying up all the owls up in Publix is not gonna.
That's not us.
That's fact.
That's
Those
not-
are people
that's
that
not
are new.
us.
Those are people
We
that are
not
new
doing
to
that.
Central
Like,
Florida.
we
They go
already
buy
ready.
everything
Like,
at the
all
last
tuna
second.
gone. Like,
Yeah.
We already
No
ready.
more
But I will tell you this.
Damn, like,
I will tell you this. I don't during the hurricanes, I purposely do not drink. Because I always think about what if shit hits the fan and I gotta save my kids. No, this guy. No, I always think, like, from the time I moved here, is if the hurricane is bad, I always got this apocalyptic view of it.
Yeah.
So if something goes bad, how would I feel? I'm so drunk I can't save my kids.
I figured
So
I'd
no matter
sober
what,
up.
I don't drink.
You ain't
When
gonna
I
sober
know
up.
there's a hurricane, I do not drink.
So did
Yeah.
you
I don't
lose
get
power?
drunk. It doesn't happen.
Our power our power went out briefly, like 2 to 3 times. So like
Okay.
it went out but came right back on 2 to 3 times. Yeah, which is
That's
crazy
good.
because in a regular hard storm, the power
It go
goes
all
out
the way
and I
out.
gotta
Yeah.
wait a couple
Yeah.
hours for it.
Yeah.
Now, Henny, did you lose power?
Hell yeah.
How long did you lose power?
Days. So
Oh, wow.
like the power went out at like when I disappeared because we was all in, we was in a party. I was on 2K, man. I was in the fourth quarter. It was about to be a wrap. I was beating the shit out of the Celtics, and they was about to be done, and my power was just like pew.
Yep, they went down.
At first it was Calypso.
Yeah, Calypso
He was
went
talking
first.
trash.
Yeah, he was talking shit.
Big
And
ups
then,
Calypso.
yep, it just went,
And then
Talking cash shit.
who else was in the party that disappeared?
there was a lot of
Kev Feeney.
Yep, and then I
Kev
went
Feeney
back in.
disappeared.
Big ups, Kev.
Shout
Yeah.
out Kev
Well,
Feeney.
I'll tell
Then
you,
D
man.
disappeared. Dread. And then it was me. And you was still on. When I disappeared.
Well, I'll tell you, man. My experience, like, I'm from Seattle. You know, I'm not from the Virgin Islands or even the Southeast. So this is my second real hurricane, for real.
Yeah.
Like I remember my first hurricane was Hurricane Matthew, and
No.
it ended up missing us.
Oh, I was like, no.
It was like a Category 3. It missed us. I was so drunk and high,
Yeah,
and I was just trying to manage. I was so nervous, and it didn't happen. But I felt
Yeah.
like I had survived a hurricane.
Me and David.
And so, like, my real first hurricane, I feel like was Ian, and Ian was like, because a lot of times I have had trips outside of town, or I just so happen
Nah.
to.
No, you be
But-
bouncing.
just
He be bouncing.
Or I just so had happened to buy a ticket and left. But
He bounce.
the thing is, all right, my first real hurricane was Ian.
Okay, Ian,
Yeah.
okay.
And even Ian, the morning Ian was coming, I was in my apartment and I said, nope, not going to do it. And I booked a hotel room. I said, I need power. I don't know how long we're going to be without power.
Yeah, so you got nervous.
And then the
I
hotel
need,
lose the
I
power.
need generators. No, they didn't.
Oh.
But I seen trees getting blown down. And that was so Ian, like, this is what I don't like about hurricanes. I don't like hurricanes at night.
Exactly.
I don't like
That's the
any
worst
creepy
one.
at night, yeah.
I do
that's
not
the
like
worst one.
wind blowing at like howling and it's dark out. I don't like it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't like night storms, period.
Yeah, no,
Whether it's a
period.
hurricane
Tornado
or a
in the
severe
night
storm,
is horrible too.
That's what
that's
worries
why I
me.
have PTSD.
Yeah,
Listen,
tornado in
So
the
the,
night.
the tornadoes
wanna be
worry
knocked
me
out during
at
when
night
it's dark?
because
That
you
was
can't
dirt.
see him coming.
You can't
See,
see
and
him.
that was
Yeah, you
dur-
can't
the
see him coming.
Tornadoes during the day, we had the warning. I wasn't that scared. I'll be honest. I wasn't that scared. I was like, it's during the day. At least I can see it coming. Because I feel
Yeah.
like it's going to be like Twister and I'm going to see it coming, terrorizing
You
everything.
got the movie
Yeah.
expectation.
Movie expectation, like, come on.
So with a hurricane, with a hurricane too, I feel like that during the day I have a better chance of surviving. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I feel like
because you
I'ma
could see visually. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
At night, it's not good.
You can't see a tornado
on
at night,
top
man.
of that, a hurricane coming at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Do you know that we've been watching this come on coast since 8 p.m.? I was up at 7
Yeah.
looking at updates.
I was at
so
work.
I've been up all night, all day looking, and be honest, I didn't lose power. I'm like
Nice.
T.
Yeah, for real.
I'm like
That's a
T.
blessing.
My
Nice.
power flicked a couple times,
Yeah.
but
Lucky.
this is my first time in my house. I feel like
Yeah.
my house is a tank. It's concrete,
Yeah.
but the way it was howling, I told you, Milton is like a grown man.
Yeah, it's some
Just
crazy.
be thankful
Yeah.
that you make it through. Because trust me, it don't take nothing but one of them to come
But
through.
for those that are tuned in, what was your experience? I know David told us his.
Yeah,
and
David, yeah,
he's
David.
still
Yeah.
dodging trees.
We
in
have
his neighborhood.
Revamp. Hey,
But
shout
what
out
about
to
the rest of
Revamp.
y'all?
You know what I mean?
Shout
Revamp
out to
99.
Wayne King was good.
King in the
Revamp.
building.
Shout out to East
What up,
Coast
Wayne?
Visuals.
East Coast
Behind the
Visual. That's
camera.
Scott.
Yes, sir.
But yo, anybody tuned in right now, man, thank you so much. You know,
it
and
goes-
for y'all that don't know, we are the platform, the Hot Mango Seed Podcast. We drill down to the seed. We pull back the layer on everything relating to cryptocurrency, the economy, music, relationships of marijuana, you know, which is on the ballot.
For real. Amendment 3.
Hey, Wayne.
Oh, remember I told you
Brian.
the only complaint they got about it? You see in the
Where's
commercials,
Jake?
the smell.
Yeah, that's the only complaint.
smells.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's-
I
I'm
told
in
you.
Colorado, and
That's-
ever since it got
Listen, go to
legalized,
Canada.
it smells.
That's
Yeah,
literally
hey,
the only
maple
Look,
complaint.
for when it come to voting, not to get political, but when it come to voting, right? make sure that you vote. Check your registration. Make sure you're good to go. Make sure that you vote. And even if you don't care about the presidential candidates, one thing I can tell you, vote yes on
On
Amendment
Amendment
3.
3.
Especially here in Florida, please vote yes so
On
we can
Amendment
so
3.
people that need marijuana can get to it and to relieve all this anxiety that they have us going through down here. Vote yes on Amendment 3.
Exactly. Free up all of the prisons, them for all the people
now,
them who
now
get
they're trying
catch
to
with
talk
it.
about that people that are smoking that high grade is catching psychosis.
Shout out to Jake.
Jake W.
Okay,
today-
Jake is here now.
Yeah, and another thing, look, so today our show is gonna be a little loosely based. You know, we talked about the hurricane experience that we had or whatever, but we wanted to make today like kind of a QA session, an open session. We see so many people. Shout out to Jake W, King's Wish, man, Brian Howard, man. We can see your chats. So we want to engage with you. You know, we appreciate you, your love and support. What questions do you have for us?
Yes.
What are you going through? What are you thinking about?
Yeah.
You know, whether it's the election, sports. Shout out to the Seahawks. Can I?
Oh Lord, don't do it.
Oh my
Yo, you don't have
goodness.
on no Seahawks
Yeah,
gear.
for real.
Sit down, boy. Sit your ass down. Let me tell you, right?
Shout out to the Seahawks.
You know, shout out to the Seahawks. They
Listen,
won and whatnot. You know what I
We
mean? But we way past them.
marched today. We marched into Atlanta, man, and I like Atlanta.
Yeah.
I love Atlanta. We marched into Atlanta and we beat the Falcons. The Falcons are
they did a
great.
pretty good job,
so
though.
I would be continuing to say like the Raiders did this, but the Raiders.
Don't even mention the Raiders right now.
See, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't mention the
No
Raiders.
Raider talk right now.
Raiders, no
It's- There's no point in slander. Just the name Raider right now, slander itself.
Rob
right now,
Raider.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah, so
Rob Raider.
the name has been
It's
retired
in your
for
name,
now.
bro.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's no
in
longer
your
Rob
name.
Raider.
You are a Raider.
Ruger Raider, every name.
Ruger Raider.
Ruger Raider.
Wait, what did Rob say? So why vote 3? Here's a question from King's Wish 420.
Okay, here we go.
And I know, 420, I'm sure he smokes. Why vote 3? It's gonna make it's gonna give the big companies more power and down us as consumer
facts.
less.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, he's
You
right.
see, the thing is,
Okay.
Wait, so what?
Vertical licensing is going to give all the power to the big wigs first, and then if then it's going to come to the smaller sector of people.
That's a great question, man. Thank you, King's Wish.
Thank you,
for real.
King's Wish.
So what do you guys think, right? Do you think like when you're voting for this, do you think that how do you view it?
I definitely think he's right. It is definitely going to start out giving power to the big dogs.
Yeah.
Right. That goes without saying. I mean, the way we have it set up now, it's only the big dogs, people with money that can
They're the ones that
really
drafted the
legally,
bill.
do the stuff.
Right.
But what I see is getting your foot in the door. And to me, that's the key thing. Once they open it up for recreational, it starts out with just the big dogs. But now that it's open for recreational, it's more acceptable in the state itself. And eventually we'll start seeing more and more people that are in positions of power that can help us get it voted, get it to where it makes it easier for the common person to get involved. But if we never open the door wide open for recreational, we're never going to get to that point
You know how long
where
it's going to take?
it's going to take a while.
It's gonna
But
take a while.
we've been waiting forever since then. So
Progress is progress.
Look, a
situation like that,
couple more
a
years.
situation like that can turn into like a 20-year wait.
It could,
Dang.
but if
I'd
we
rather
do
wait
not
20.
open it up recreational, when does it ever get to there?
Peace to my cousin.
Hey,
Lisa.
shout out Lisa LaRue.
Oh, Lisa in the house,
Hey,
what's up? My
we
first,
miss you
that's
too.
my first manager.
Hey,
my first
there you
manager
go.
as an artist manager, Lisa LaRue. What's up? Big ups.
Lisa LaRue.
But yeah,
man.
so I feel you. It's definitely going to take a
It's gonna
while.
be a long
but
wait.
if we don't open up that recreational use, it doesn't get more acceptable, and it's going to be way harder to change those rules and change those laws.
Here's
so we
my
got to
take
start
on it
somewhere.
really quick
we
before,
got to
before
start
we go
somewhere.
on. Like, let me hear
Well, it
my
needs to
take on
get
it.
there so it can get studied.
My take on it is when you vote Amendment 3, you're not only voting for, yes, the corporations, they're going to do what they do, but is the decriminalization of it,
that's
is the ones that's
right there.
getting arrested and put into jail, ruining their term, ruining everything, their background, that have to go through all of this stuff. Like people getting arrested for less than having less than a gram of friggin' herb, like, and you going and messing up your whole friggin' history. Like, it's a free plant, let it be free. That way we could do it how we always been doing it. Because let me tell you, I might not hit a dispensary.
Yeah.
I might still bun can the same way that I was bunning it from before.
but going back-
Let me interject. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, shout out to King's Wish again. He has a great point. Like, so do you think it's gonna ruin it though? Right? Like, including these big companies, these big corporations, because they're a lot of the push right for Amendment 3 is that they want to get in. They want to do lab testing. They want to make sure that there's no fentanyl. They want to make, which is great, right?
Yeah.
If for people who smoke marijuana, but is that gonna ruin it?
For a while because of quality control. It's too much.
Yeah, the quality
marijuana
control,
is
yeah.
a super fickle plant. Once you take it off and start to cure the process and make sure, especially when you're dealing with all kind of multiple strains, and you got to make sure the humidity, you got to make sure everything's right. And a lot of these companies are not going to put that kind of quality and care into these plants to
That's
where
what I
you're going to
figured.
get the fungus. You're going to get a lot of seeds and bugs and even chemicals, just because they're trying to improve stuff and not studying it and harming the body. Like, they're not going to have that kind of quality control for the first few until you start getting these horror stories like, oh, marijuana's taking out lungs or knocking people out.
So wait, sorry, I keep cutting you off.
You
T.
good, brother? What's up?
Before we go forward, I just want to, give people an idea of what we're talking about, right? So we're talking about here, us in Florida, unlike Colorado, Seattle, so many other states, we have medical marijuana, and we've talked about this on the show. Medical marijuana is legal here, but recreational is not. Recreational is on the ballot this year, and that's going to happen in 16 days here in Florida.
Yes.
So it's a very huge amendment that's on the ballot for us in Florida. So we're voting on the recreational use of marijuana, and that's going to help to, like Bless is saying, decriminalize marijuana. It's going to allow adults who are of age to purchase marijuana, to grow marijuana. I didn't see grow marijuana on there, but
I don't think it's on there.
That's the big debate. You're saying that they didn't include wording for home grows to be added. That's the concern. They're saying, well, you can use it recreationally, but we're going to sell it to you and you have to buy it from us. So
Right.
They're going, are we going to see that shift?
so
from
you guys
home grows?
you guys can't hear Scott. Scott's in the background. He's kind of educating us and telling us that that's a big debate that's right now, is that on the amendment, in the wording, there's not really something that states that
Allows you to grow.
every adult can grow marijuana, and they're trying to make it really to position it as only the big companies, the big corporations can grow and sell to the consumer. So like, I think that King's Wish has a really, really good
It's got a good point.
and shout out, he's
Yeah.
in Australia.
Australia.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Australia
Yeah.
there, for real.
Yeah, that's a
That's
dangerous
good,
place. All them snakes.
track-
They probably got some good herb though.
Yeah, they have to.
Ooh, they got that bush herb.
tell
What?
you,
Crocodiles
people
and
still going to be
kangaroos.
doing it. So people still going to get it the way
yeah,
how they
things
was
trying to
getting
take
it
you out.
originally, because it didn't mess up Canada, didn't mess up Seattle,
There we
didn't
go.
mess up LA.
But
This is what the
America.
point.
This is America.
This is the point
This
I
is
wanted to
America.
make, though.
This is
This is the
America.
point I wanted to make. There are 20-something states that have legal marijuana. 20-something states with legal marijuana, right?
Yeah.
And Florida isn't coming into this new, where it doesn't see other laws that have already been created. So we have formats that we can look at from other states. Once we get that door open for recreational, it isn't like we got to start the scrapbook from ground zero. We
So-
can literally learn from other states and start implementing some of those laws. But if that door never opens, we're not getting to that opportunity to make those changes. You know what I mean?
What's interesting though is, like, coming from one of those states and being through the process. I've said this before, but it's like
right,
when
Seattle.
I was in Seattle, there was a lottery process. There was a lottery that allowed whoever won the lottery to be able to grow and to also have a dispensary. Because I don't recall there ever being a clause that said that adults have the amount to grow up to however many grams or plants.
Like 3
Yeah.
plants. So,
There you had to do a lottery. Now they're saying, and I can't remember where I read it, but it was saying that, like, most of this is gonna be like out of state private companies that that already have, like, kind of a company that's established and whatnot that can come in here. That's kind of like the pushback that a lot of people have, is that they don't like the idea that these companies are out of state.
The outsiders.
Like I can't remember any of the names. Cureleaf, like some of these bigger companies, and a lot of these. So it's almost like in Florida, how it's going to happen is these companies that are already established in Central Florida or Florida as a whole,
Yeah, a lot of them already got the licenses already.
including the marijuana companies, are just gonna switch over to
Hey,
recreational.
King Wish. Hey, if you
It's
grow the
already set
best, send me some. I'll DM me the
Yeah, we
address.
need-
You know
Send
what I
us,
mean?
send us some of that
Send
Australian.
us some of that
Yeah.
Australian pine. You know what I mean? That real pine.
Hey, but all that, like as far as the growing goes, that's a concern I have. I want it to be where we can grow our own, but the reality is we got to get started.
Ooh.
Right? And so if we all do what we're supposed to do and go vote, even if you don't care about the candidates, go vote on Amendment 3 to make sure that it does get passed, and then we can start building from there, right? And the other thing about these big corporations need representatives, right? They need people in these cities that are actually going to help represent those corporations. So it's going to open up opportunities for sponsorships, for local businesses to bond with each other. And one thing I see is once it's open recreationally, once that revenue starts entering the state, a lot of these politicians,
Go
their
change their
positions are going to change because now they're
Money
going to
run
start
it.
seeing that big money coming towards
Big
them
money.
when they're lobbying to get rules changed in favor of the marijuana corporations. Right now, there's no point in lobbying because you can't sell it recreationally, right? So once they can sell it recreational, that's when they're going to start lobbying the politicians. Politicians love money, and so they're going to start changing rules to make it to where these companies can start doing more and more, and it's going to open up the gates a lot more.
No, it's already coming.
Yeah.
Remember,
What
I
up,
already
Kanan?
said the
Kanan Stock in the chat. You
What's up,
already
Kanan?
know.
it was a
Brother
racetrack.
in it.
Yeah.
Racetrack is going to start selling marijuana out of their gas
Well,
Everywhere go
I
start
hope
doing
so
it.
because there's one right across the street from the house.
but you know,
Racetrack is gonna be like one of the first like outside entities that is gonna be selling marijuana where you can
Exactly.
go.
Okay.
the thing is that let me tell you, even legal products that you buy, they still have a black market where these products are still
Yeah.
being traded and sold.
Yeah. That's
They
a fact.
still going to be the herb the same way we know it. The
Yeah.
only thing now is that we ain't going to jail. You check what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
the only
the most
thing that
important part.
Exactly. Me going to no dispensary and getting nothing.
What is going on with y'all? Everybody.
Yeah, let me tell you, right? I ain't going to no dispensary to get nothing. What I doing is I'm going to continue to get it the way that I've been getting it, and everything will be good. But now I'll be able to chill in front of Radio Shack. Yes, I showed my age.
He said Radio
Burn a
Shack.
can.
Goodness gracious.
I could burn a can and chill out, and you know what I mean. Just like in Canada. Hey, shout out to Canada and my Canada people.
Big ups, Canada.
They anywhere and everywhere that you could think of, you can smoke marijuana, except indoors and doing it all crazy. But you could smoke outside. You could
how
walk
it's
on the
supposed to be.
streets. You know what I mean?
Californians doing coffee shops.
Yeah,
Okay.
smoke and coffee.
Smoke coffee shops.
Yeah, man.
Starting to allow it for certain businesses and stuff.
Let me tell you the place that I would love to see, and I feel like I'm sharing this, but you know, normally I'd be like, I don't want to share this idea. I don't want somebody to steal it.
Yeah.
But I want somebody to steal it. I went to Canada. I was in Vancouver. Yeah, that's the only part of Canada I've been.
I know these things.
In Vancouver, right? I'll never forget. I went to, it was like a coffee shop. There was like high tables, and they were everywhere. It was also, they had food, and you literally went up, you ordered your herb, and at every table there was an ashtray, there were a pair of scissors, and there was like a card of almost Simpson.
Yeah.
You go and order your weed or whatever. There's papers and whatever you need. You can order at like this little sidebar.
Smoking
Blunts.
utensils.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, smoking utensils. And
You go,
everything.
and buy,
Paraphernalia.
you go and buy
paraphernalia
your
and all that.
weed, and you get a card, and they use the scissors. They cut the weed up underneath the card, and then they roll it up, and there's just music playing, and every table is just smoking a joint, and it's
Like
like
a cafe spot.
so
Yeah, cafe spot.
casual.
Yeah.
So we somewhat got one like that here already called a Chronic Guru
I never heard
here.
of it.
Shout
What?
out to Chronic Guru.
The Chronic Guru.
Yeah, Chronic Guru. What's up? Big up.
3
There's
locations.
3 locations.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you're watching Chronic
and
Guru,
it's,
give us a
opening from the,
sponsor. Yeah, man.
The owner of Learn Sativa, he owns these spots.
Okay.
So he runs these locations. I was supposed to go to the first when it first.
But how
opened,
can you
and
smoke
then
in there without it being shut down?
It's a hemp license. It's a hemp.
Oh, hemp.
It's hemp.
You gotta smoke hemp.
license, but
Okay.
it's you can
That's that
you can
K2
do joints,
shit.
But yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much that vibe. Pretty much is.
Yeah.
set
Yeah.
there.
So I got a question for y'all and for the chat. Are y'all sick of the election?
Yes.
Are you tired of
Hell
the
yeah.
messages? The messaging?
T hopes it never ends.
So
T living in this element.
you know
right now,
what I'm
man.
sick of? I'm sick of Trump.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say
Not
sick
so
of
much even the election itself. And I don't care what anybody say, you know, down in Trump, whatever. Look, since he started running for office, there's been a negative evil veil over the United States. And it almost feels like it's a weight on everyone's shoulders, right? Everyone's got this weight on their shoulders. And the moment that when he's out of the picture, there's still going to be some idiots that, you know, in the name of Trump kind of thing going on. Mm-hmm. But he ain't going to be in the news every day because he's too old. So he's going to become irrelevant. Once he's out of the picture on that, he's going to be irrelevant and fall to the back. And I think the world will be able to breathe better, not just America. I think the world will be able to breathe better when Trump is silenced from the big political scheme. Other than that, I'm not. You know, I love politics. Y'all know that. So
I see a video where he went to a McDonald's.
And he was serving fries.
He was serving fries and stuff, and he was pointing to the bag, and then he opened the window and served
Yeah,
it
but
out
it
to
was
the people.
closed. There was no. It wasn't even open.
Well, I mean, he still served drive-through
Exactly.
to people.
Yeah,
like,
it was
they
an act.
driving
It was
through.
an act.
It was an
Did
act.
nobody
you know.
believe
But
that,
the thing
that
is,
you're doing it for the
he's
community?
getting more frail. I've seen the aging and the advancement of Trump.
Ooh,
and
he's got
he
way
have
frail.
the real hunch, and he getting real old moving. Yeah, he getting that old moving.
yeah, like a
Yes, yes, it is. He have the hunch and he have the little forward neck and like leaning forward like he's Michael Jackson and friggin' Moonwalk, you know what I mean? But
And they can't do their dirt no more. They become conservative.
yeah, he become conservatives and stuff.
he's
But
just angry, yo. He's just
it's
angry.
a real divide, and I can't wait till we over this hump because your question was, are we tired? And let me tell you, I for one tired.
Yeah.
Me want to see nothing no
I'm
more.
exhausted,
of it.
dog.
Yeah, man. I don't
I
want to
work
see
40
nothing.
40 plus hours a week. I don't want to listen to this shit all week either.
And the thing is,
Like,
so
man.
there's 16 days. This is Sunday,
Countdown.
October 19th,
Yes.
20th. What is it?
20th, yeah.
20th. Yeah. So there's 16 days, and on the real, like I'm so exhausted. Like this has been going on. You think about it,
It's too
like
exhausting.
at least like a year and a half or 2 years. That all of a sudden this is so much Trump in the news, and I mean it's like.
Shit, that's been since he started running.
Yeah, since
Trump,
he started
Trump.
running, since he started
Nonstop.
running or something.
And you got to think like the one part of anybody, right? Like obviously our side is revealed who we're gonna vote for, who we're thinking about.
My side has not been revealed.
She's not been revealed. She's
Kamala.
undecided. And I
For the
know
Green
that
Party.
everybody right now is not necessarily decided, or you might, just be questionable. But I know you think about like another 4 years of Trump. Like I don't
It's
even
scary.
want to think about that.
It's scary. It's a scary feeling. It's a
You know
scary
what?
thing.
If
War.
Trump wins, I'm still not going to think about it. I'm going to continue to do exactly what I'm doing right now. And I promise you, Trump, you get out of line, I'll sue your ass again.
Look.
Again,
Trump, look. Trump.
Again.
If Trump wins, if
Shout out
Trump
to the
wins,
Department of Education.
if Trump wins, you think
Yeah, look.
you think that you see too much Trump now? Wait and see if he wins.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Because
saying.
he's already talking about taking control of the
Yeah,
media.
he'll take control.
He's
Oh,
already
yeah.
talking about taking control of the
Everything.
media. So if you
Everything.
think you're getting enough of them now,
And the Constitution.
the craziness ain't gonna change, which means they're always gonna be talking about it. On top of the craziness not changing, he's gonna start regulating what the media can put out. So you definitely gonna hear about him, right? So if you think you're sick of him now, get that fool the office again, and then we might have a problem even getting him out
I
of
ain't
office.
sick of just him, though. I sick
Yeah.
of all of it.
No,
Yeah.
facts.
He took off his glasses.
I was trying not to laugh. dog. I
Damn it, let me tell you something. Like, if you want to know about Trump? Like, listen. No, but he is passionate about it. You know what I mean?
I'm very passionate about it.
Jeez, Trump.
It's America.
On the real, like, man,
Trump needs to win. If,
I wanna
if
say-
not, we need.
No, you say
we
if
need
not,
to get to war.
we needs to use to get to war. Like he's the only reason why China backed off.
I highly doubt that, King Wish.
Nah, King.
But look,
Don't
you
believe
run
what
with
you
this-
reading
Yeah.
on the
run
big
let's-
channels.
let's-
Yeah, I highly doubt that.
we have our
they
sides.
got y'all over there really with the
They're giving you false news.
No, they giving you the information of United States from a conspiracy standpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, dog. That's not true.
Yeah, Trump
That's
is definitely
yeah.
not true.
King Wish. Come on, you know what I mean?
We love you, King Wish, but you getting information from the conspiracy side of the world.
I know. He says, I know what ships are sitting where on the. I don't know what that means.
Quartet.
That's it.
The quartet.
No,
He
it's
say,
Trump's
Okay.
I
All
don't
right.
know.
Okay. So
look,
yes.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
That's good.
And we
No,
respect.
yeah, that's
Everybody
Yeah,
have
big
their
ups
own
to
opinion.
King.
Because ship's been sitting everywhere for years.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
what I can say. Like,
Yeah.
just in response to that, I can understand people's concern with Kamala Harris. And
I'm
Tim
concerned
Walz.
with Kamala
I feel-
Harris.
Exactly. I can see where they are, but I'm not where they are. I know where I'm at. I know that I trust in them. I know that I trust in that. But I can, let's not go where I'm going. I'm just saying I can see people's concern. I can see why people like Trump. It's taken a while.
Yeah.
But in 2024, in October, almost November, I can see why people like Donald Trump. Even if he lies, even if he does whatever, I can see at least. Like me, I'm a person of logic.
Yeah.
I am mathematical and logic. I need to know why that did that. I need to know why I heard that sound, why I heard that, why this happened. I'm a logical person. And logic at first could not convince me why anybody likes Donald Trump. Logic was not there. It was like, is this
So what's the
hoax?
logic?
Yeah. Huh?
What's
Like
the logic?
The logic is that he is not of the politicians. He's not like them.
But he's playing the hardcore worst politician games.
He plays it and he's so bad at
But
it
he's
that
truthful with it, basically.
he's so bad at it.
Truthful?
And
the way
that,
he comes across, his character comes
He's
off.
a good con man.
Basically, he comes off genuine.
Yeah,
He's
that's
a
a
good
con
con man. That's what a good
Donald
con
Trump
man
is my
does.
favorite con man.
Yeah,
A good con man.
And that's been since the 80s. He's
Listen.
been my favorite con man.
listen, confidence is everything. When somebody gives you and tells you something in confidence,
The pimp.
when they're confident,
Makes it more
about
believable.
It makes it more believable,
Yeah.
and it makes that person or those people believe it. Just the same way us as Democrats believe in Kamala Harris.
I
and
am not a
Tim Walz,
Democrat.
right? The same way of anybody who follows or wants to vote for them believes. So it's confidence, and I can see, like, from analytical position that why people like Donald Trump. It took a long time, but like I said, I can see it. I can say, okay, that connects. I can see why black men. I can see why.
You can see why black men like Donald Trump.
Yeah, I have a
A
coworker.
man who literally put an ad in the paper to hang 5 young black men that did not do the crime. And then when they got proven innocent, he still hasn't apologized years later. You
think-
could give
Okay.
you and black men have a
All right.
legitimate reason.
No.
He's had
I get
off.
where
He's
you
had
at.
buildings
You
where he
about to-
could. He
you about
would
to
not
get riled
even.
up.
I'm not even riled up.
No,
I'm saying this is
I get where you at.
this is a man. This is a man
I
whose
think you're not
family.
understanding what he's saying.
This is a man whose family refused to rent to lease out buildings to black people.
Yeah.
Black ain't no legitimate reason to vote for Donald Trump.
And
No
that's the
legitimate
thing.
reason.
And what I'm saying is that
As a black
I
person.
could see why they would, because you know what, a lack of education comes from a lack of knowing.
Facts.
So if a person does not know these things, if the only thing that they see is that this was the man who gave us stimulus checks,
Yeah.
He
This-
didn't, though.
they don't know. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
it, saying
That's
that
my
they-
point.
they viewing it
Yeah,
through
the
ignorance.
Democrats approved it in Congress, and he put his name on the check.
Hey,
If-
King,
if-
you can't blame Trump for his family, but you can blame a man for the actions he takes on after he leaves his family. You can.
Yeah, no, I mean that's
You know
it.
what I mean?
So
That's
we
true.
King's Wish, we respect that. He says he got my vote.
Yeah,
Can't
You in
vote. He in Australia. He can't vote.
But he's saying that if he was here, I respect
I'm
that.
messing with you, King. We picking with you, King.
But the thing is like King represents somebody
picking
that's
with you.
probably
Nah,
in
facts.
the U.S.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the thing is,
Yeah.
I understand what he's saying is that
Yeah.
what he's saying is he could see the appeal of Donald Trump. I don't think he necessarily agrees with with Donald
No, I
Trump.
know he don't agree.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I already know he
so
don't
what
agree
he's
with
saying
Donald
is that
Trump.
he could see.
Yeah.
I could see the appeal too, because if you don't have knowledge on like who Trump is as a core character, and all you seeing is like the media giving you those tidbits, you'll be like, man, they always on this man. They trying to, because even like people like my cousin, like he was like, man, this man is a big Trump supporter. It's not that he want to support Trump. It's just that he don't have the more in-depth knowledge on the facts and what Trump does and did. Like there's over like hundreds and hundreds of things that Trump did. He was impeached twice. The only president in U.S. history to be impeached 2 times. Yeah. You understand? He falsified documents. He tried to bribe Ukraine. He tried to do all it. Look, all of these things as a president is sitting down. It doesn't make sense. That's the thing. People is not educated to all of the stuff that he does because he is a master of the con. He's a master of his image and what he does. He's a deceptive.
And the media helps him with the spread of misinformation.
And that's
the big thing. The media helps him a lot.
That's the point I was going to make. Yeah. So there's this point, right? Media controls the elections. Mm-hmm. So if a candidate is shown more or their agenda is shown more, they're going to be more educated and informed about this side's agenda. So if you watch, for example, you watch Fox News. Let's say you have a TV and it has one channel, and that channel happens to be Fox News. Are you not going to believe everything that's happening?
That's exactly because they antennas, they only get one station.
That's all you believe, yeah.
So let's say
you're going to watch it, yeah.
Let's say you have...
I want to tell him something crazy.
But listen, let's say you have a one channel, and that channel is CNN.
No, for real.
Let's say that channel is CNN. Everything that CNN says is what you're going to know.
That's your Bible, of course.
So the thing about it is when it comes down to election and getting information to the consumer and people, it comes down to what they consume.
Yeah, what your resources are.
What they consume is what they're going to digest.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Right? Is the knowledge level.
What a lot of people don't understand is that right now, when you say financials, because I did see that it's going now. Yeah, I saw it. But financials, the reason we are in the financial bind we are currently is because of Trump's previous administration. Now, the reason that this happened,
she preaching now,
is I don't even remember because I'm a little tipsy. But to be honest with you, right? It takes 4 years. The 4 years that Trump was in office was the previous 4 years of Obama.
It's usually the first 2 years.
Well, I would say that 4 years because everybody thought they was balling because of the PPP and all this other shit, right? But that was stuff that Trump decided to bring into the fold. So people were definitely balling during Trump's administration due to the previous administration. We had money. We were able to have a savings account. We were able to do a lot of stuff because of the previous years prior to his administration.
Obama, yeah.
So then once he got into office, he started putting tariffs on people, which caused inflation.
Almost made the farmers completely go out of
exactly.
A lot of farmers go out
of
business.
So inflation started rising and people started spending more money on life goods, things that we need to survive. And then once Biden got into office, he inherited all that shit. And then when he tried to make changes, they had a house that was like, nah, we ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
So the rest of us are fucked because of that. Now, do I agree with them giving money to every damn country because they're allies? No, give them a little bit of money, but then you got to fend for yourself, homie. That's why I'm not president.
Like at least $1,000 or something.
Yeah, I give him a couple grand, and that's why I'm not president.
I agree with that 100. Like, I don't think so much money should be sent to other places because I think each place should handle, unless it's like an immediate threat, like it's like unavoidable. That's why the UN is there. That's why the United Nations is there. So rely on the United Nations for the help. Us as an economy and as a nation have to fend for ourselves because our shit is fucked up too.
I agree with that to an extent. But when you have to look at this, just imagine, you have a bully down the street, someone that can, if they start taking over blocks. If you know how gangs work, they take over a block, right? Yeah. They take over that block and then they start hitting the next block until they take over. Russia is like that gangster in the neighborhood, right? Now, over here in America, most of us think, well, we ain't over there, so it don't matter to us, right? What they don't realize is that a lot of stuff that you buy is influenced by the pricing over in the other place. So if you mad about the low cost of your oil and your gas right now, let Russia lock down the whole side of Europe, right? And see how bad you get. Right. But the other thing is, as he's taking over blocks, he's not stopping with Ukraine. He's going to Poland. We give money so the bully can get beat down before he gets too powerful to beat us down. If we don't help them stop that bully before he gets too powerful, who do you think he's eventually coming for?
Also,
yes.
Is we are the United States of America. We want peace in the world.
Absolutely.
And we'll do that at any cost. That is who we are as a country, right? Like, so when it comes to other countries, this is my response to saying, why are we giving money to the other countries? It's because we are big brother. We are the United States of America. We do provide support to our allies. That's what we declared. That's what we say we will do. We'll be a man of their word. That's what we do. And so when it comes to them needing money, think about it. If Ukraine did not get support from us, would they at all had any chance against Russia?
Not at all. Though, but they should get the support from the United Nations as a world organization that comes from every nation, not just one.
But they're not part of the United Nations. If you're not part of the United Nations, you're not guaranteed anything.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Though it should be. This is what I'm saying. Like, I think the United Nations, right, should be instead of it falling on the United States to be the enforcer and the ones to police the world. Yeah, I think it should fall to the UN. It should be grafted in, grafted in when they have a threat. When they have a threat or they have an existential threat, that's when the United Nations come through and they get the money from them, and that's how it works.
They're only obligated. You sign up to be a member because it gives you protection. If you don't sign up to be a member, you don't get the protection.
No, I understand how it works, but what I'm saying is that's what I think it should be. I think the United Nations should be for the world.
It should be. Yeah. It should be. Yeah. But once again, if we had a group and people want to be protected by us, we can't protect the whole city, but we could protect those that become members, and that's what they do now. Now, as far as Ukraine, though, I do want to say this. For those that don't understand the whole Ukraine situation, Ukraine was once a nuclear power. So powerful that it was the United States,
USSR.
Russia, USSR, and Ukraine were the powerhouses of nuclear power. Somehow we convinced, and USSR convinced Ukraine that we won't mess with you if you give up your nuclear weapons. Yeah. Ukraine was like, I'm sick of this nuclear weapon thing. I think we need to all settle it down. We'll lead by example. Only if Russia and the United States promise.
What up, sis?
What's up, Eve? Only if they promise to not attack Ukraine. So they gave up their nuclear weapons, their ability to protect themselves, because we agreed.
Yeah.
Because us and Russia and the USSR said, we're not going to attack you. We're going to let you be free now that you're giving up your weapons. And if one of us do, the other will protect. And that's why we are obligated to it. Because if they would not have given up their nuclear weapons if it wasn't for us and if it wasn't for the USSR.
Yeah, and that's the thing is
you're right. Wish is right about that. You are right about that.
What did they say? Read it.
He said America once was America for America, why the world followed yours, but now it's not, hence why it's the United Nations. That's not why there's a United Nations, but I get what you're saying. America was America for America.
We still America. We still about
and
America.
We still about
We only help people so we ain't got to spend more money and send our own troops. That's the only reason why we help other people. And political financial gain for the country.
Right. So you got me.
Shout out to everybody, man, tuning in. And once again, we're the Hot Mango Seed Podcast, man. This is episode 20 or 21. What is it?
21.
25.
And I do disagree with us sending stuff to Israel.
21,
What's that?
21.
I do disagree with us sending weapons and money to Israel.
Oh,
But before you
facts.
say that,
Yeah.
make
I
sure
do
that
dis-
you tuned in right now. Follow
They
us
don't
on our
send money and
social.
weapons to me, man.
Hold
They
up.
don't send them to-
Follow us on our social media platforms, man.
Exactly.
We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook, Instagram. We're on YouTube. That's where we're live streaming from YouTube and Facebook. We're on TikTok. We're on we're on Hamster.
Oh no!
We're everywhere, man. Thank you for tuning in.
Crazy as hell, man. This man is just off the cuff with it, B.
Yo, and I want to tell y'all, look, for whoever's tuned in right now, this is season 2, right? We've done season 1, season 2. You can find all of this content on YouTube, on Facebook as well. And we're actually going to have our last episode, man, for season 2 next week.
Yes.
It's going to be Halloween, so make sure you're tuned in, tell a friend. And we're going to come back in January, but...
And post y'all pictures of y'all in y'all outfits, y'all
Halloween
costumes.
costume.
Yes,
Costume.
yes. Let us
Hey,
see
but
the
you
outfit.
notice that pirate smoked that spliff and he come back here.
angry pirate so high right now. He stopped typing.
Pirates.
He stopped typing and everything.
And if he pulling that
He in the
spliff
cloud
like he
right now.
pulled that vape,
Hey,
let me
Wayne.
tell you, boy, I
Jake,
swear to
what's
God.
good?
Y'all check
Shells.
on that man and see what's up with
Hey,
him,
check
please.
on that man.
Yeah, B.
Yeah.
Hey, but thank you for tuning in, man. And like every show, we wind down and we do a spotlight shout out. We go around the table, and we shout out somebody that we see that's doing great things with their gifts and their talents. And each week, one of us, does our shout out. Today it is Soldier Bless. Who you shouting
He
out?
said he's in the party with me, of course.
Bro, my costume is gonna be a dad.
Scariest
Scariest
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
I believe
Nah,
that.
facts.
Shout out,
Facts, bro.
shout out the
Seriously.
pirate.
Shout
There
out
you
to
go.
Rose.
There you
That's
go.
my
Look,
dog.
he woke back up.
That's my dog.
That's my now.
Been
Yes,
mad
sir.
today.
Yeah.
I got so many different
be happy,
views on
King.
things
Be
today.
happy, King.
Been
You only
mad.
got
Hey,
one
let me
life.
tell
Enjoy
you,
every
King,
moment,
yeah,
brother.
Man, don't be so mad, man. Take
Yeah.
a relax, you know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you, right? All
Today.
of this thing going on in life and all of that craziness going on in life, dying the way how it was meant to be.
That shit don't matter.
Life is meant to be enjoyed and to be, relaxed. It's man making these problems, you know what I'm saying?
And I'll
Yeah,
tell
every
I'll
day.
tell you this, King Wish. As much as we disagree politically, I still love you, my friend.
Yeah,
No doubt.
for real.
Yeah.
Much
doubt.
love, many blessings.
That's it.
Today,
Nah,
Soldier
facts.
Bless is the shout out spotlight.
Yes,
Who you
sir.
shouting out?
Hey, today I go shout out Kyle Wembo. You know what I mean? Like this man, yeah, Kyle is a real good friend. This man helped me out. He's the one that got me to start doing AC. You know what I mean? AC work. So that's like a real, assistant camera. That's it.
Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
I,
So
I was thinking AC like.
Air conditioning.
yeah, exactly. You
I had to think about it.
no
I didn't even know he do AC.
I had to think about it for a second.
Yeah, no, it's a assistant camera, and he was showing me the ropes, and he basically get me in there. So my foot is in the door now in that aspect, and I owe that because of him. You know what I mean? So shout out to Kyle Wembo, this man. Hold it down when nobody else wanted to show me anything, and I was out there in the field, and I was just like trying to figure out how it goes. He take me under his wing and give me the knowledge to go down that route and try to
Big ups,
open up
Kyle,
that
big
door, you know what
ups.
I mean,
Yes, sir.
shout out to Kyle
Yes.
all
Kyle.
day. You already know.
Kyle.
Shout out to you,
Straight from
Kyle.
Michigan. You know how it
You-
is.
Hey, you are the
Real AC.
the spotlight.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Kyle, man.
Big
for real.
shout out to Kyle, man.
Yeah, man, for
Much
real.
love. And the jewel of the day. You see, I don't have a laptop today to read my notes. The jewel of the day is this: like 16 days. That's the election. If you are not registered to vote, it's too late.
Yeah.
Plain and simple, it's too late.
Bus.
And you know what?
Ow.
Rather than bash you and talk about how you didn't do this, because that's what's going to happen. Whoever wins, that side is going to say, the people who didn't vote, it's your fault, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to tell you, man, hey, you are who you are. We're all adults. You choose your position and you stand. But if you are registered to vote, and today you still don't know who to vote for, I'm going to tell you straight up who I'm going to vote for. I'm voting for Kamala Harris and Tim
Yeah.
Walz. The election is in 16 days, and I don't need 16 days to make my decision. I know that I believe in somebody who is not a billionaire, who doesn't understand where my position is, what I go through. I vote for somebody who looks closer to me and really screams diversity, who's young. I vote for her and him because they don't lie to me.
Exactly. The lying is crazy.
They tell me everything that they say I could look up and verify. So I vote for them. And I tell you, if you're going to vote, whether you vote for Trump or her, I love you. There's nothing about that changes how I feel about you. But if you have the ability to vote and you're registered, vote, because this election matters. There's so much at stake for this, and if you're gonna vote, it's not just you going in and writing in a name for Trump or Kamala Harris. There's so many other things that are on the ballot, like for us in Florida, marijuana use.
Amendment 3.
Amendment 3
On the ballot, there's for abortion.
Amendment 4.
Like the state of Florida is trying to ban abortion. On our ballot, there's for fishing and hunting. There's for judges that are going to decide whether people's lives are at stake.
All appointed by DeSantis.
All of them.
All of them except for like one. There's so many things. So when I tell you that your vote matters,
It matters, nigga.
it matters. It not only affects you, but it affects those who you love and those around you. So my encouragement and jewel of the day is this: do your research, place your vote, man, and follow us on the Hot Mango Seed Podcast, social media, whatever. We are the Hot Mango Seed Podcast, and until next time, stay blessed, be safe,
Yes, sir.
Stay high.
and stay blessed.
And
Stop
also,
Vote for Henny.
hit
Be
that
true.
bell notification,
Give
you
us
know
some
what I'm
money.
saying? So that way you'll be up to date, and every time it helps us in the algorithm, you know what I mean? Like us on Facebook, you know, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all of the social media platforms. You
share.
already know,
Make-
share it out.
And subscribe.
Make sure you vote.
Hey.
Free Palestine,
Hey.
free
Madre.
Sudan,
Hey.
free the Congo,
Hey.
and free your mind with some good
Hey.
herbs.
Free your
Vote
mind
for,
with some
vote
good
for
herbs.
Henny. We'll get
free
those
Diddy.
yoga
Don't
pants
say
out
free.
of here.
Wait.
No, Diddy.
Get them yoga
No,
pants
Diddy.
out of here.
Fingenza.
Why he had the laughter.
Isoy Mesio de, I almost forgot.
Yeah.
Domingo.
You've been practicing this in the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drown him out.
Driving, just
Drown him out.
Fade it out, Scott. Fade it out.
Fade him out.
I am a mango seed. And I
There we go.